Like, I'm trying to tell you, I would never hurt him.
Those tears aren't real, and the detective knows it. Brian Ellswick is about to discover that his lies have consequences, and the smallest victim paid the ultimate price.
His brain shifted 11 millimeters. That takes some force. Did he fall from a 2-story building? Did he get hit in the head with a baseball bat from an adult? How did this happen?
I don't know why you keep asking it. I'm gonna stop answering if you keep asking me how it happened when I told you the story like 3 different times.
The results of our investigation have shown that you're being deceptive on you not causing the injuries to the child.
My dad left me when I was a child, and I never want to lose my kids or my kids to lose me.
February 9th, 2024, Cairo, Michigan. A quiet Friday afternoon shattered by sirens. Paramedics race toward a modest home where a 1-year-old boy lies unconscious. His father, 28-year-old Brian Ellswick, meets them at the door, frantic, confused, claiming he has no idea what happened to his son. The EMTs spot it immediately. Massive swelling at the base of the... This isn't a bump from a tumble off the couch. This is something else entirely. At the local hospital in Saginaw, doctors take one look at the x-rays and make an urgent call. The skull fracture is so severe, so life-threatening, that they need a helicopter now. He needs specialists in Ann Arbor, where he won't survive the night. Back at the house, police officers watch Brian carefully. His story keeps shifting. First, then maybe another pushed him. Then he's not sure what happened at all. The other the home, including the victim's siblings, can't explain the devastating injury either. Something happened in that house, something violent, and detectives are about to take Brian downtown to find out exactly what he's hiding. Because here's what makes this even more chilling. This isn't the first time one of Brian's children has suffered a fracture. The interrogation room feels smaller with each passing minute. Brian shifts in his chair, wringing his hands, glancing at the door like he's measuring the distance to freedom.
You know anything about doing or anything?
Well,
I wasn't gonna ask them because they don't know anything.
yeah, we'll get to all of that. I mean, obviously, we've been doing other things, so we have not been with the or anything like that.
You can.
So now what I want to do is go over this form with you. You're not under arrest or anything, but with you being brought by police officers here and everything like that, I want to read this form for you.
They race through the Miranda rights. Every second matters when a life hangs by a thread.
Do you understand each of these rights I have explained to you?
Yes, sir.
Having these rights in mind, do you wish to talk to us now?
Yes.
I want to make sure that we're under a clear understanding of why we're here today.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know why you're here today?
Because I called you guys for the baby.
Okay, and what happened to the...
I explained that to you guys already. Oh, let me explain it again.
Well, I
Sorry.
mean, the was injured and went to the hospital.
Yeah, because he was non-responsive.
Okay, and
I
so...
don't understand a lot about medical things. I just know what my dad told me to do and stuff.
I'm gonna ask you flat out, did you do something to cause those injuries
No.
to...
No. I did not.
Okay. Okay, so I guess fill me in on the family dynamics. So there's you,
Yes.
and just go through everybody.
Like everyone in our household.
Mm-hmm.
There's me. Do you want me to say who she's the mother of all the children or anything?
Mm-hmm. Yep. Explain the whole family
okay.
dynamic.
Okay, well, start with me. It's me. I'm the biological father of
Okay.
and I was biological mother of all of the
The family picture emerges through redacted details. 4 children in that house, all under Brian's care, all vulnerable, all dependent on him for protection.
Now, how long has it been that all the kids have been in the same house together?
like so we had him removed last year, a little over a year ago, because of an incident with he has a fracture on the back of his because my mom opened the truck door. I don't think I explained that to you.
No.
It's someone else. But my mom had opened her truck door. He had got hurt, and they took the kids away from us for a year, and then we just had got them back because there was no concerns and all that stuff. And so that all got dropped random, like out of the blue. They just called us one morning and asked us to review the house. They've been home for, I would have to say at least a month and a half, because they were home. It was after Christmas. I believe after May. I'm not sure on dates. It's a lot.
And there it is, the bombshell that changes everything. A year ago, another fracture. Protective Services removed all the kids from the home, yet somehow here's Brian alone with them again. He knows how damning this looks. Watch his face. He's already calculating damage control.
So, tell me a little bit about you. Do you work at all?
Me?
Yeah.
I live stream on TikTok. That's about it.
You live stream on TikTok?
Yeah, like gaming kind of stuff. That's really about it. It's not really work, but you can like earn money through gifts and stuff, so it's kind of something. Mm-hmm. Other than that, ever since me and been together, I've been a stay-at-home person.
So you stay home, watch the kids?
Yes.
And then also are on TikTok?
Well, no, I do that. I do TikTok in the morning and then at night when they go to bed, which since they've come home, I've only done it once because I don't do it much because I don't, like, they're still getting situated with sleeping arrangements and stuff, like trying to go to sleep because he's used to sleeping by himself at my grandmother's who had him when we lost them. Mm-hmm. So he slept by himself, and then when he I think he just slept around her sister's house. I'm not sure how her bed thing was. But
so, are you on any kind of medications at all or anything?
No alcohol. I haven't drank since March 19th of last year. I quit because of my kids.
Okay. Was that an issue in the past?
Nothing abusive or nothing, but I would drink out of like being kind of like upset or whatever, but it was nothing to do with the kids. It was more so like my parents. We were living with my parents. Me and my mom don't get along, mm-hmm. So I was drinking around them just to beat off, to get out, like kind of like my mom's over here, I'm over here kind of thing, and that was just about it. When we lost the kids, me and sat down and we were like, we had to figure out all these different things because like.
You said it was 2019?
When?
That you quit drinking?
Oh no, I quit drinking last year, March 19th.
March 19th.
Yes.
Okay.
This March 19th on my birthday will be a year. I quit on my birthday.
Okay. And you haven't at all?
No, I haven't touched it. It's
so
weird. It's crazy.
That's good. That's awesome.
Thank you. That is good.
What about marijuana?
No. Never.
No marijuana?
I haven't done that since I tried it in high school. That was
okay.
I never got into this.
And no other illegal drugs?
No.
Okay.
Never tried anything.
How about
doing drugs?
Yeah.
I know she used to smoke weed. I don't believe she's done it recently.
Okay.
Me and her had like relationship problems during this, and she was seeing someone else, but I don't know if she did it then or what. But
how long ago was that?
That was like November. It was right after Halloween, right before Halloween.
And how about any other illegal drugs with?
Not that I know of. She hasn't drank or nothing or anything like
that.
No
alcohol either?
Not since we lost the kids. I don't think she's done any of that stuff. I don't think she's done it in a while. Okay. So, at least a year. I trust her on that one.
So I asked you before if you caused the injuries.
No, sir.
And you stated no. Do you know who did then?
No, that's why I explained how the kids are with me. That's why we try to keep an eye on the baby, but he's been fine lately. Like I said, like 3-4 days ago, maybe a week ago, there was that problem where the baby fell and didn't want to take him into the hospital because she said he was fine. He had like a red mark or whatever, and she said it was going fine. She kept checking on it every day and whatnot. I just tried carrying him around with me for a couple days and make sure she was okay. I trust her, like with that kind of stuff.
Now he's claiming the baby was hurt days earlier. He's going to cling to this story like a life raft, even as medical experts prepare to sink it completely.
Well, with the injuries that occurred, someone had to do something to aid it. And so,
I understand.
I know that you said it wasn't you, and you don't think anybody else, but if you have any suspicion.
The only one that goes after the kids, my Matt will do it once in a blue moon. He'll get mad, but he doesn't push or nothing. Wayne pushes, and like, when we first got one back, we had a lot of issues with him sharing, because him and my nephew always had stuff of their own. But at the house, he's been in the bedroom and he's choked out. And I've had to run back there and grab him. It's all Wayne's problems are all with his therapist too. They know about everything. But he's very, I guess you could call it abusive towards the other kids. I think he's not, because I think he's because she's older. He feels like that, she can get mad back at him, which she does, because when he tries to go after her, she'll put her foot down and be like, "I'm older than you," blah blah blah, and then leave it at that. But with the he's pushed a few times. He hit the with this Hot Wheels track thing that's underneath our kitchen, not our kitchen, underneath our living room table. He's choked out Matt multiple times, straight up just decked him in the face a couple times.
Listen to what he's doing here, blaming a 3-year-old, a toddler barely old enough to form sentences. If Brian's lying, this deflection onto an innocent child makes everything infinitely worse.
How do you feel about being interviewed about this?
I just want whatever I have to do. I grew up with this stuff. Like I don't mind answering any question you guys ask me.
What do you mean by you grew up with this?
Oh,
kind of
like
stuff?
my dad was a fireman. My uncle was a cop, so I grew up and seeing.
Oh, okay. I didn't know if
no, nothing rude towards you guys.
I didn't know if you meant as in being interviewed on circumstances similar to this or anything.
Oh
like
no,
that.
like I'm just saying, like I don't mind answering any questions
Okay.
that anyone asks. I don't ask. I'm not a problem. I don't ask for a lawyer, this and that. I can answer my own questions. I'm a big boy. I just want the best. Like I just want to. We'll figure that out at the end, but I just want to make sure everything's okay. So I'll answer all my questions the best I can.
So, if someone did actually hurt you tonight, what do you think should happen to them?
There was only children in the house. There were children in the house.
Okay.
Then I'm just saying, like the one that we have problems with, he's a child. So I mean, what can you?
What do you think should happen to him then?
To him?
Yeah.
I mean, I understand.
If he did something.
I understand, not discipline and hitting her or nothing. Don't take the word discipline with me is not hitting her, physical abuse and nothing like that. I'm gonna make sure that's clear. But some type of he needs to have more talks.
He keeps pushing this narrative about his stepson causing the injury, but doctors at the hospital have already called. No 3-year-old on Earth could generate the force needed to cause these catastrophic injuries.
What if, just hypothetically, it was an adult that hurt?
There's no adult inside the house besides me.
I'm asking hypothetically.
Whatever happens, I guess. Whatever.
Well,
would
I
happen.
guess I don't know what you mean.
I'm sorry.
I'll change the question. If an adult hurts the kid and puts them in the hospital, what should happen to that adult?
Probably be arrested. I mean, there's a lot more things that I would say about the adult, but.
Okay.
Like, are you talking about my kid? Like, if someone else, are we talking about like my kids getting hurt?
I am saying,
or just a kid in general.
Let's say, in particular, if an adult hurts, you said lock him up.
Would I knock him up?
Lock him up. Is that what you said?
I mean, I'll try to get my hands. Not to be rude, but I'll try to get my hands on him first. I'm gonna be honest.
Okay.
I wouldn't kill no one or nothing like that, but I would definitely set people straight. That's how. I don't know, that's how kind of like my dad was. He never hurt none of us, but my dad was always like, if someone hurts your kid, that's how it is. Because of like when in high school I got my ass beaten, my dad settled that one.
The detectives testing him. An innocent parent would rage against whoever hurt their. But Brian, his response is about to reveal everything.
Do you ever think that someone that hurts a kid and puts him in the hospital, do you think that person deserves a second chance?
Kind of depends on the scenario. Well, if it was my son, I don't know. It depends on who it is. That's how I think about it. I mean, it's kind of weird.
Well,
like my mom has mental problems and this and that. She's snapped before, and I've gave her multiple chances. Like she's called us in the middle of the night saying she needs to drop him off, and we feel like she's hurt. He was and we kind of kept giving her chances. I mean, I don't know if she really hurt him or not, you know what I mean? But I don't know how to answer that question. It's kind of like it doesn't. I don't know if it's like a chance. I mean,
say they're sorry. They apologized. They're trying to make things right. Then, do you think, or no?
It depends on how they say sorry. Like if they're saying it to my face, it just depends. I'm a very, like you and me talking right now, I'm more comfortable with someone instead of calling me, coming to my house and, you know, confronting me about something. Like all the problems I've ever had in life, like even like money, hey, I can't pay you back, whatever. And if you come to my face and you talk to me about it, my kids, that thing's a way different scenario. But if you came to my face and you told me straight up that like, hey, this happened or that happened, then like I would like talk to you about it and try to fix things. It's kind of a thing, I guess, because me and my younger brother got hurt by my older brother, and me and him fixed it by sitting and talking. So
His mask is slipping. The nervous laughter, the rambling. This isn't grief. This is guilt trying to hide behind words.
Have you ever been questioned about a of yours or being hurt before?
yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Kind of fill me in on that.
Like the interview thing, or this the whole process?
Yeah, the whole process.
So basically how we do it, me and how we load the kids in the car is all the car seats are in, and or I'll make sure they're in. She'll put them in, and I go around and buckle them. We don't do that anymore because after my injury, but at my mom's house, we were staying with them. We put Matt in the driver's back seat of my mom's four-door truck.
Mm-hmm.
I was on the opposite side, putting in one car seat, and right put Matt in that back driver's seat, closed the door. He was just sitting there. He normally just sits there and chills. My mom got in. My mom like turned around. She was like, oh, like talking to the kind of thing. Got out, opened the door. He fell out. And it was all on camera and stuff. But he fell out. He smacked his head and he got a fracture on his head. So
so
he fell.
Police interviewed you.
Yeah. So the police. So okay. So well, after that we went to Railroad. And then stayed there. I had to work because I was working at a lumberyard at the time in Berkeley. But yeah, we ended up having interviews. They set up just interviews and this and that, like lie detector test things and whatnot. But basically, it was like they just brought us in and asked us a couple of questions, and it was that. Honestly, that was it. But I only had one interview one time.
And that was for that?
Yeah, that was for.
Was anybody ever arrested?
No.
So, why don't you walk me through, starting at when left the house to when police end up at your door?
Here's Brian's version. He put the kids down for naps, went outside to chop wood, they watched movies. During dinner, he started vomiting and went limp. He called his partner Rachel at work, and she told him not to call 911. Eventually, he defied her and made the call anyway. But that detail about Rachel, the detective's radar just went off.
Love you.
So,
bye.
did she not want you to initially call 911, or
I
she
think-
didn't want the cops called?
I don't think she wants.
Or did she want,
I
didn't want
I don't know.
911
I don't
called
know.
at all?
Like I know you guys take certain things. When I say things, you guys take them a certain way because like how you guys.
No, I'm
Well,
trying to. I'm
I know, I'm
trying to figure out what
okay,
you
so
mean.
Ever since we lost the kids, since we got them back,
Mm-hmm.
she just doesn't want anyone around them. Like she wants to like make sure our kids are home.
Mm-hmm.
So like anything, one day, like the third day they were home, was like decking him in the face and holding him down and shit. And, like it didn't leave any bruises or nothing. And like they stopped arguing for a few days after that.
Was he hitting them pretty hard too, or?
Like really hard.
That's one issue that we're having is that,
Yeah.
and he's hitting hard and he's not even leaving bruises. But here today,
Well, no, he's left bruises on the floor, but man,
but here
I'm sorry.
today we have with 2 head fractures.
Really?
2 fractures to his. A 3-year-old can't do that.
Okay.
So that's an issue that we have, and we're trying to sort through that.
I understand that. I'm just telling you, I'm going to tell you, you guys are answering me 100 times. I know how this goes. I swear over, what I say, what I'm about to say doesn't matter. It's people I care about, but everyone I care about and all of my sons and I care about, and I just care about my life. I would never hurt my that.
Okay. We're gonna step out for a little bit. Do you need a water or anything like that?
Can I have water, please?
A water? Yeah, you've been talking quite a bit, so we'll see about getting you some water, all right?
Thanks.
Anything else? You
No.
good, everything else? Okay.
Alright, man, here you go.
Appreciate it.
Yeah.
You know, is he okay though?
The last I know, he was flown down to Ann Arbor.
Oh.
Obviously because
Is his mom with him and his aunt still?
we gave her the address
Okay.
to go down there, so I don't.
Yeah, it's late and stuff. I don't know.
Yeah, I assume she's probably there by now. I don't know, but we gave her the address of where he was, so that she's able to be down there. So we'll be back in and talk in just a sec here, okay?
Thanks.
Watch him unravel. He's talking too fast, explaining too much, interrupting the detective. His baby is dying, but Brian seems more worried about staying out of handcuffs than holding his son's hand. And once the hospital sends their findings, his house of cards will collapse completely. And now that police have more conclusive medical information, they can confront Brian with the reality of his situation, whether he's ready to face it or not.
So, sorry about that, that took a little time. We wanted to get a little more information on how A is doing. So this is the information that we got. So, like I said, A has 2 fractures. And his brain shifted 11 millimeters. That takes some force, some major force we're talking. The doctors are, did he fall from a 2-story building? Did he get hit in the head with a baseball bat from an adult?
I know
What
how
happened?
that works because it happened the same way. Everyone said a 3-year-old can do it, if someone can do that. We went to another doctor in Beaumont Road, it was proven wrong. That's how we got
Well,
the kids back. I'm just saying.
He's in Ann Arbor.
I understand that. I know. I'm not
Children's specialist.
I understand that. We had Ann Arbor in our case. We had everyone have stayed in our case.
So
I'm just sorry. I'm not
So-
being rude. I'm sorry.
we're trying to figure out.
I'm just
What
trying to
causes? Of
say
course.
certain people say certain ages and
Because
this and that can't do.
there's some voids in there and everything like that, and we're trying to think. This happened not long before or after. This happened just before he threw up. This happened.
Like the skull fractures.
This did not happen 3 days ago.
Okay, I understand. I'm just saying. I know
there's,
he had.
there's no way he would have been
That's
deceased 3 days ago.
Do you mean deceased?
Dead. If this would have happened 3 days
I'm
ago,
sorry. No,
he would have died
I'm sorry.
back then because he wouldn't have received treatment.
Yeah, I understand. I'm sorry. I took that the wrong
So
way.
no. So
I
here we are
was just trying to
today.
make sure I gave you all the information from what had happened.
So
I'm sorry. I'm just trying to give you.
Both alibis demolished. The old injury wouldn't cause this. A 3-year-old's push, physically impossible. Brian's running out of lies, and the detective knows it.
you brought up that other investigation.
Yes.
Now, you were interviewed. Were you ever requested to take a polygraph?
Yeah, we never did it. My mom and my dad told me not to do it. They always told me not
Why?
to.
Why is that?
Because my uncle is a sheriff or I think he was a sheriff. He was in the police department. My uncle always told us never to do those things when we were growing up. That's what something my uncle told me. My
Was
dad,
he afraid of you lying?
Who, my uncle?
Yeah.
we never got in the scenario back then, but he always just told, we lived in the middle of the woods, like, we were kinda like, it's weird.
I've been a police officer for 22 years. I've never sat down with my kids and said, if you ever get offered a polygraph
I'm just
test,
saying, my mom both not to do
I'm
them.
not gonna want you to take one.
I-
Did they find this up, that this happened, and they offered it to you, and then they told you to say no, or
Who? No,
your uncle
we,
or dad
oh,
or
no,
parents?
that was when I was a kid, my uncle told us never to do it.
Do you feel, well, how do you feel about that? Do you
Like,
feel that you
those
made the
things?
right decision
What about doing the lie detector test?
about not doing one? Do you feel like you did
I just
made
don't-
the right decision?
I was raised a certain way, so I just say I don't do them. That's how my mom growing up,
But
I didn't.
but you're not answering my question.
Me, no.
I asked you.
Did I regret?
Well,
Sorry.
let me ask it again. How do you feel about that? Do you think that you made the right decision
Back
about
then?
not taking a polygraph back then?
Back then, yes, because my mom came forward and was saying a bunch of stuff about my son, and we took that back to court, and all these things happened, and the workers looked into a lot of stuff. Cut my mom out of the scenario and stuff to look into that, and yes, I don't regret.
How about if a polygraph would help clear your name and clear this up?
Clear my name for what? Before I didn't do one, and I went through that whole process. I mean, I don't want to lose my kids again, but it's a process that I went through that process, and
So you're happy with that decision back then, and
yeah, I still won't do it to this
so
day, just because
so if I
trust
if
my
I
parents.
asked you tonight if you take a polygraph,
I would not. That's because
You would
I
not?
trust my parents. That I don't trust my parents in life, but I trust them with that. It doesn't make sense, but I trust my parents when they tell me not to do certain things in life.
His excuse for refusing the polygraph doesn't just sound weak, it sounds desperate, and convenient doesn't begin to cover it.
I mean, that's
like I showed or said before, the injuries are not matching up to anything that's been said so far, but also the time frame. Why did it take so long when you were noticing signs and symptoms?
I've noticed it for days. I understand that. Yeah, the fracture happened. Then they said the fracture happened when this happened, and he had a leg fracture that they found out like 2 days later. I'm just saying, like, I'm not trying to be rude. I'm just trying to say how you guys are saying it and how they said it down there, and how the workers have explained how everyone does like interrogation.
So you don't believe that the
I'm not
doctors
saying,
are telling the truth?
no. I'm not.
or-
I don't. That's not that. It's just what I've went through this already with my.
Mhm.
And so I understand how certain things work. Not the best, but I understand because I just went through a year of changing my whole life to make sure I try to get my kids back or whatever, and make sure everything's happy so that I can get my kids back.
Mhm.
And it's like the certain fractures, this and that, hairline fractures, all this stuff.
Well, these aren't here.
I understand that.
These are not.
I'm just saying in general, like all these different fractures, we ended up learning about them. And like, yes, I believe you. They said like, yeah, they could happen, you know, whenever, you know what I mean? If you say they happen, whatever, then that's possible. I'm not saying you're a liar. I'm not saying nothing like that. I believe you. It's just
Well, let me fill you in on this. Is that he is right now fighting for his life.
I understand that. You think I've sat for a year without my kids and learned how to throw my emotion away. You can't. And I had no emotion towards it, and I've lost.
and
all
see-
my, I understand. Like,
See, there's okay, so he is severely injured tonight, and it's like you didn't notice anything happen until his head is swollen.
From when I went. Oh, sorry.
So
Yes, in the bathtub. Yes. Like,
accidents happen.
I understand.
And here he is fighting for his life, and we are trying to figure out what happened to also help him.
No, I'm trying to figure
So,
that out too.
so again, I don't know what happened. I wasn't there, but something happened, and just let me. So, was he sitting up on a counter and he fell from the counter and he struck his head? No.
He's never been anywhere that I know hide in Bell. Not today.
While you're working on the bed, were you lifting it up and he was underneath?
Why would he be underneath when he was in the high chair the whole time? I'm just saying the whole time I built that bed, he was in the high chair eating things.
I didn't know that he was in there the whole time.
And I was on it. I'm just saying.
Okay, so he wasn't up there on the counter and.
No, he does not sit on the counter.
Okay, so I'm trying to throw out possibilities of what happened, and you're saying that it's none of those could be an absolute
He was never
possibility.
He was never on the counter.
So
The only place.
how did this happen?
I don't know why you keep asking it. I'm gonna stop answering if you keep asking me how it happened when I told you the story like 3 different times.
He tries to flip the script, act indignant, but when you can't explain why your brain is bleeding, you don't get to play the victim.
We're dealing with an injury that a doctor says, I know you're saying that the doctors are wrong, but they're saying that the injuries were something significant, like a fall from a 2-story building,
Yeah, that's what's
like
I
being
understand what
struck
they're
by in the head with a baseball bat by an adult.
that's the same thing they said. I'm trying to remember, that's the same
well,
stuff.
And so
So not even 2.5
there's-
feet out of a pickup truck.
do you have any thoughts in your head of what could have happened at your house that caused that similar type of injury?
No, the only thing he's hit multiple things in the living room. The only thing he's ever hit that's hard enough for whatever, the floor is not hard enough, I don't think, but the wooden table is the thing that he's hit multiple times since he's been home. And he ran through the house and slipped whatever, and that's one thing that we want to get rid of, but that's the only thing he was near. So I don't know when we're arguing about a stuffed animal like they do, or a tablet that they do, and took the tablet and pushes him like he does, or when smacks him, when hit him, pushed him, all these things. It has been said to his counselor that he is
So
aggressive.
you believe that a 3-year-old caused that?
I'm not saying that he
Force.
did it, but that's the only person that's aggressive in our house. The other 2 kids, I don't think I pushed him over like once since he's been home. Other than that, people, he'll sit there and scream at you. Athena is the nicest person in the world. Athena, I don't think Athena hit no one. She said once because went after her.
The desperation is palpable now, still trying to pin this on a who can barely tie his shoes. Every word makes him look more guilty.
But
So what exactly happened 3-4 days to a week ago?
I don't know because they were in the back bedroom, and when they first came home, we would let them all go because all their toys were in the back bedroom. We were still situating the living room and stuff, but because we wanted to move the living room around again, but the kids would all just play in the back bedroom and they were fine for the most part. But every once in a while, they would go after each other or they run out of the bedroom crying, like not run, but like walk out of the thing crying. So we would grab them, ask them what happened. When last time doesn't want to tell what's going on.
Did you ask them what happened?
When I went out there, I asked when I grabbed them. I was on the phone with Ray doing that, and I didn't even ask Athena, just doing her tablet. When Athena on her tablet, she's on her tablet. She lived on that thing all day long. Like it's just
Okay, so you didn't ask it, and you didn't ask
no,
the
because
other 2?
if something happened, the thing is that when Athena sees something happen, she goes to someone.
Okay.
She always goes to me or her mom.
So, and you didn't ask the other 2 what
No,
happened?
I asked Wayne, but that was after the fact of when I got him closed. I'm going out the door and I'm just freaking out, asking what's going on.
Mhm.
I didn't ask him
And
what
what
happened.
did he say?
I just asked what's going on, and he just sat there because they're freaking out because now Aiden's in my arms and I'm walking out the front door while I'm on the phone with on Facebook. And they're asking what's wrong, so I didn't. No
So-
one's gonna answer a question when they know something's wrong.
From that point until when you called 911, how long of a time are we talking?
I don't know. He got all the times off my phone and off the messages.
If I remember right, it was quite a lengthy.
It was like 15 minutes, I think, or so.
So you're
In between trying to get a hold of,
seemed like you were urgent at that point,
when I
but
called,
it took 15 minutes.
because I'm calling, if you've seen that, you went through my phone and stuff, I'm just saying, there was
Yeah,
a
but
couple,
I'm not
so you do.
remembering every single time that was on there.
Okay.
But I remembered it was a lengthy time where I'm thinking, this is going on. Why are we
I was
not
on the phone
calling?
with her most of the whole time. Once he got hurt, I called her and told her she needs to come home, and she was talking to her worker, like her person that she works with. Half the time she's on the phone, and she just keeps telling me, call my sister, call my sister.
Did
And then
you
she
think
called,
at that point that you needed to call 911?
I did. I hung up on her. She told me to call her sister. Call her sister. She told me to call 911 once. I said, "You want me to call 911?" And I'm going out right now. Bye. And then we talked on the phone again. She said, when I went out, and I'm like, I'm calling someone, and I'm gonna go out or whatever. And she's like, "Well, call my sister." What is your sister gonna do? I start getting mad. Right? I'm like, "What is your sister gonna do?" She works at Lighthouse or whatever, but I don't think. What is she gonna do?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So I hung up on Rachel. I called you guys. Well, not you guys. I called 911. I'm texting her this when they all showed up. She got mad because I called 911. Why? I know why, because she just doesn't want. She doesn't want all the kids getting taken away from her. Me and her went through that whole year.
But what about her kids getting treatment?
What do you mean?
Is she not concerned about her kid getting treatment?
When got hurt, she didn't even want to hospital. When Matt fell in my mom's truck, like I love her, I really do. When Matt got hurt and he fell in my mom's truck, my mom grabbed me, and me and my mom were like, we're going to the hospital.
So
No, we're not going to the hospital. He's fine.
When blaming children fails, he pivots to his partner. Rachel wouldn't let him call for help. That's suspicious, sure. But Brian was the adult in that house, the responsible one, the one those children trusted to keep them safe.
And we kept arguing,
does
and then Rachel...
does that kind of concern you with if you're not there and Rachel's there with the kids and something severely happens to them, that she won't call for help? Are you concerned at all about that?
Like if Rachel hurts the kids?
No, if the kids get hurt in Rachel's care,
I know she won't call.
she would
Does-
never call
okay,
911?
does it bother me? Yes, it bothers me a lot, but I trust her as a mother.
It looks like everyone's trust in this case is seriously misplaced.
It's hard to say because with saying, do I really think I should? I don't know, but I love her. You know what I mean? It's weird. I lost my whole family. My mom, who like lied to me half my life and then said a bunch of shit, and then the girl that wants to be with me and get our kids back, I'm gonna have to believe that I can trust her for things. And the other day when she was like, "Don't call," he wasn't acting weird, but he acted like he got hurt. You know what I mean? Like he was just quiet, and then he was fine. Like wanting to play a little bit, but he was still quiet. Like he could sense that he was hurt. But like tonight, I had to call you guys. Like there was no her saying don't, like why or this.
Well, if you didn't,
I know
he-
that. I was
he
holding
would
him
not
in
be
my
alive
hand.
anymore.
Like I'm trying to tell you, I would never hurt him. But I was holding him in my hands and like literally feeling his. I told you I was feeling his stomach and everything. And at points he felt like he wasn't breathing. And then he got the dish. I'm not trying to. Like, I thank all of you guys again, but the dispatch lady's like, I can't hear you because I have bad service by my shed, and I'm over here trying to make sure my still breathing. And then you got Rachel, who's like, why are you calling the police? Why are they there already? Like, I'm on my way home. Like, what do you mean? I'm not gonna carry. And then what if that stops? What if the breathing stops? I'm not holding my hand.
And I think that you care the world for him.
That's what.
And I think tonight was some sort of accident.
There was nothing that I didn't. You're trying to say I did something. There was nothing that happened. He took his bath. He was fine. We were playing with toys. I was talking to Ray. Noticed his head. It was getting worse. I told you that. I sent her a picture. I showed you the picture. If I didn't want help, I wouldn't have showed you the picture. I wouldn't trust you guys.
And that's the
Every
thing
day she touches his head, but she doesn't say nothing about it. I don't really pay much attention because if she doesn't tell me, like, hey, this is good. She'll used to, whenever the kids get hurt or something, hey, it's getting worse. Will you look at it? Like, I'm not medically trained, but like, I'll give you a reason. But then even if I say, oh, we should just take him and get, well, I don't have time for that, I'm going to work. Or, he's fine, we'll see how he does.
He's their stay-at-home father, their primary caregiver, yet he acts like protecting them was someone else's job. Even if he's innocent of the assault, something is deeply, fundamentally broken here.
I think we're gonna step out for a second here. Are you doing all right?
Yeah,
Need anything? I see you got still half a water there. You good?
yeah, I'm good.
Okay. Okay, Brian. So I want to let you know the results of our investigation have shown that you're being deceptive on you not causing the injuries to that.
I don't know what
To- You caused the injuries to a. You say that.
They said this
Okay,
when I lost
so-
when so we lost our kids.
What, you said whatever I said, so what happened?
I didn't hurt him. I've never hurt him. Today, nothing has.
And you cannot give any explanation to what happened to him today.
I did not hurt I didn't do nothing to harm him.
Was there an accident? Is
No,
my
there was
thinking.
no accident. The last time we ever had an accident with him, which I don't even know when would be. The only accidents we ever have is when we're in the kitchen cleaning and he's in the stove and like by the stove and we accidentally turn around and bump him, falls on his butt. There's no.
So is there any additional information
No,
that you can tell us about what happened
No,
tonight?
there's not.
Okay, well, right now we are going to be placing you under arrest for assaulting. Okay? Can you stand up for us? Put your hands behind your back.
Cuffs on me?
Oh, you don't?
No, because I took my vest off.
Just stay tight.
That's fine.
Go get Bisher or somebody. I took my vest off.
We're still here to listen.
I understand that.
So if you wanna fill us in on what happened, you let the officers know upstairs and you can come back down and talk to me, okay?
Yes, sir.
The detective retreats, but not in defeat. Officers just need some extra time to get the extra information they need. 24 hours later, same room, different energy. The detective's done playing games.
So, first of all, one thing I want to inform you. I've been working tirelessly on this. Half the department has, and we've compiled lots of information, lots of interviews, everything like that. And one thing I want you to be aware of is that obviously we're completing a criminal investigation. And one thing that I want you to know is it is also a crime if you lie to a police officer while being interviewed, okay? So you understand that?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So all that investigation that myself and all these other officers are doing, we have developed a lot of information through the interviews, through everything else, that you were the ones that caused these injuries to us. So with that, I know who did it, but I want to know why.
I did.
What? Just let me hear me out, okay? So I'm thinking in my head. I'm going over this over and over and over and over and over again. So what would cause this? What? And talking with you, I talked quite a bit with you. What?
Yeah.
Last night, well, 2 nights ago, I guess, early morning hours of yesterday. And I got to know you pretty well. I mean, I don't know you perfectly, but I can tell that you are a good person. You're not some monster out on the street. You're not somebody that you woke up that morning and you said, I'm going to hurt. That's definitely not you. Yeah. That's definitely not you.
Like, I'm not gonna lie to you. Like, I some of these things you might say to me just to say it to try to get in my head. I understand it, but
No.
I'm trusting you guys fully. I tell the officers when they give me my food things.
And that's the thing is
but
I'm not going and saying that you're a bad person, you plan this out. I think that this happened because it was a spur of the moment reaction. Something that I don't know. I'm thinking about all the stress that you're under. I'm thinking about what could be building all this stress, and from my thought is here you are, you're at home, you're taking care of all these kids while at work. I talked to your mom, and she said that was not being true to you.
That she had me. The only reason we were together is because of the kids.
Right, and so
a few months ago,
that right there.
Yeah, I told you how a few months ago it was November. She wanted to like not see each other again because we would argue back and forth kind of thing about our relationship. So she started saying stuff, and then that stopped when we got the kids back.
Well, and here's.
I understand what you're going. You're going with the stress thing. That's
well, there was a reaction that caused this, and like I said, I don't think you sat there and said, okay, I am going to do this to hurt. No, it was all the stress that built up inside of you, and you just reacted, and you made a split-second mistake. That's what happened, and then from there on, it put all this in motion. But I want to know what caused that. What caused that mistake, that reaction to this?
No more dancing around it. The detective believes Brian is guilty, and the pretense is over.
So him getting hurt?
Yes.
His head was.
What caused that reaction?
His head was already hurt from the prior injury. It wasn't.
No.
I understand this for fractures. Yes, but can I explain myself?
Here's the thing is I spoke with. She is the senior doctor, the specialist that is taking care of it. And she informed me specifically over the phone, this is a high energy mechanism that causes. That was her exact words. This was not.
I didn't. Okay, can I explain myself?
And she also, I want you to know, this did not happen 3 to 4 days ago.
I didn't say that.
Okay. I want to know.
He fell out of my hands on the floor because I didn't take a bath too.
Suddenly, a new story emerges. The baby slipped from his hands during bath time. But listen to his voice. This isn't a painful confession. It's a rehearsed performance.
Okay, fill me in on what happened with that.
I was giving him a bath. I took the pictures. Everything I said before about everything. I'm scared because I don't want to lose my kids.
I understand that.
I understand that there's jail time and stuff. My mom told me on the phone. It's recorded. She told me to tell you guys everything. That's why last night when I got off the phone. So here we are. I know that last night I got off the phone and I asked the guard if I could talk to you.
Okay.
And he said, I don't know if he got a hold of you.
We're here today.
But I took a picture of his head because it was already getting hurt. Nothing happened before that other than them messing around, and Ray grabbed him one time and was trying to say like he's fine, whatever, and he just had like little marks on him. But when I got him out of the bath, and when I went around, he fell out of the towel and he hit his head on like the tub on the floor. And at that point he was like kind of responsive, but you could tell his eyes were closing, and I was just scared. And I didn't want to tell him that. I should have told you guys. I understand that. But I don't want the mother of my kids hating me because I turn around and I'm like, when can you wait? Because I was working and trying to give them baths. And then it just falls out of my hands, and now everyone thinks I'm horrible.
I never said you're horrible.
I know that, but I don't.
Notice who he's crying for. Not his dying son, himself.
My dad left me when I was a and I never want to lose my kids or my kids to lose me.
Right. I get that.
It was an accident, and I'm sorry I didn't tell you. I'm so scared. I did not do it on purpose, I swear over everyone. I wanted to take a bath, and he asked me to take a bath, and I told him, I turned around, and you have to wait, and I wasn't holding the towel. Like actually holding.
So let's slow down. So here you have in your arms.
Yeah, can I stand up?
Yes, go ahead and.
But no, I grabbed him out and I just had him like this. I wanted to take a bath.
No, slow down.
The sink is here.
You said in a towel?
Yes, I had his towel.
Okay.
The one that was on the toilet or the counter when you guys came. I think it was on the toilet. But I had that. When I went like this, he came out of the towel, and I put the towel this way towards the counter, which might have been why whatever candle warmer stuff, the towel went that way. I'm like, stop. He fell. I went down. I didn't pick him up at first because I wanted to see what was going on. I'm grabbing the towel back off the top of the sink, and then I wanted to wrap him in it, but he wasn't moving, so I just dried him off. I'm telling him, this is going on, this and this. I grabbed him and I put him out in the living room, grabbed his clothes, and I grabbed him again, and I'm throwing them together, and we went outside. It was that in between that is when me and talked on the phone, but she don't sit back down. I'm sorry, I'm very informative of what I do. I don't want anything, but that's in between me talking. She's like, call my sister. Don't call the cops. Do that. Like, I wish that Facebook reported phone calls because I know she's not telling the truth because my mom has already told me on the phone. My mom was informed on this before you guys were, before the cops, like when the cops showed up at my house, because her son's dad lives a couple houses down.
Okay.
And he called her, and she's like, I was just waiting for that phone call because I haven't talked to my mom in a year. That's the first time I know I can go to, because obviously you guys, from what I know, you guys have all of our phones every once. I still try calling it, but I don't know. This is because the mother of my kids. I mean, like.
So this is before the bath.
No, this was during the bath. I picked him up out of the bath, and he fell out of the towel when I.
Did you put him back in the tub?
No, he never went back in the tub.
Why did you take a picture and send it to?
No, that head injury has been like that. That his head on that side, I think it was this side, has been like that. Rachel doesn't want to take him in.
Okay.
That's what I'm trying to tell you. Like, I don't know. I mean, I can't tell if he had, like, I know. Okay, you guys said like if skull fracture happened then. Like when that happened, like if he fell and it got worse and it gave him a skull fracture, like that's my fault that I dropped him. But before that, I've never touched my kids in any way.
He retreats to that 3-day-old injury again, clinging to it desperately. But the detective's about to show him why even this new confession doesn't add up.
Well, talking again with the specialist, that swelling was caused directly with his injury that date. And it continued to progress, and the swelling on his brain and everything like that was caused from that fracture. The doctor was specific and adamant that there was the swelling that was that much was because it instantly happened. It happened that date prior to calling 911. And so
the rest of the day, the only other person who had him was before she went to work.
And again, yeah, that
I'm just saying that has him until she goes to work because he wants to.
No, I get that, but what I'm trying to explain to you,
got hurt unless when he went in the boys' room, but no one ever cried.
I'm trying to explain to you that this happened before bathtub, when he was put in the bathtub. So
nothing happened until I picked him up, and that's all.
Now, the doctor said this wasn't from a fall. So
I never forcefully did anything to my.
The energy drains from his voice. He played his final card, and it wasn't enough.
Here's the thing: is I'm gonna tell you that direct verbiage. A high energy mechanism, not related to a normal fall.
The same thing.
So
I know how the fractures work now.
Right, and so here's the thing: is you're stating he fell out of your hands, hit the tub, hit the floor, right? That's what you stated.
I don't know if he hit his head, but when I turned, he was laying the way that he like.
But like you said, you said to me that he hit the tub.
It sounded when I dropped him, I was looking at wind. It sounded like he hit something, and then he hit the floor.
Okay.
I never forcefully did nothing.
But the fall again is a fall.
Okay, but a fall.
Was
my son?
Did you whip around?
No. I had when I went to win, I went like this, and I had him on the tub. I got to the sink.
How high do you think?
I had him right here.
Okay,
And I went from
and then
the tub.
show your movement,
I went
exactly.
from the tub to here, and I went like that to tell when to stop, and the towel. He just came out of the towel and everything fell. The only thing I was able to grab like down here was the towel before it fell, because his downforce is stronger than the towel. You know.
Okay.
And that was
So you grabbed the towel, then what happened? What was he doing at that point?
he was laying there. I threw the towel on the counter, and then I got down. I'm looking at him, but he's like jittery, like his eyes jittery. He's like responsive, not responsive.
Like his eyes were, when you say jittery, were they like
Yeah, like
blinking?
they're like that. They're like, I don't know if I'm doing it correctly, man. It's
Well, just kind of
I'm trying
explain
to
what you saw.
It's just the way his eyes were, and like his eyeball, you could tell it was like moving, or whatever. Like kind of, he was, I don't know what words, like medical words or anything, but his eye was moving, and his highlights were
Like
moving.
twitching?
Yeah,
Is
kinda.
that a
His
good
eye
terminology?
itself wasn't twitching. His eye itself was just moving, and his
But his
eyelids
eyelids were twitching?
Were twitching, and then they stopped, and I was on the phone with her, and that's when I told her, I'm like, what do I do?
How was his breathing at that point?
It didn't look like he was breathing, but he was. You could tell he was breathing in the bathroom. When I went to go get him clothes and went back to the living room, it looked like he wasn't breathing at all.
Was he crying at all?
No, he wasn't crying at all. At
Do
that
you-
point, he cried.
do you think he went unconscious?
He cried for like a second and a half. He cried for like maybe like 1, 2 kind of thing. So like 2 seconds. If that's like 1, 2, if that's how the seconds go.
Okay.
There's maybe 2 seconds when he hit the floor. He cried, and that was it. He got like a whine out, and that was it.
Okay.
And then after that, I was just like, I want to know what I need to do, because Rachel knows what to do, even though she tells me not to fucking call 911 at times. But this is more serious than him just falling in the bedroom and
Definitely.
acting a little weird, like he was when he was eating. Like that's not normal either. But she said that he's fine.
Back to blaming Rachel, but that ship has sailed.
Well, my whole thing is that
Nothing forcefully happened when he.
I respect and I believe an expert's advice, and she's stating this was not a normal fall. So if you're saying that you turned and he slipped out of the towel and hit and fell and hit his head that way, it doesn't correlate to the injuries he received.
I understand that.
Yeah. So
I mean,
so that's why
that's true or
I'm
wrong, because my son,
did you
my son never fell less than that onto the ground and got a skull fracture on the back of his head.
did you forcefully whip?
No, there was no force.
Well, then just hear me out, and then you can respond. Okay? Did you forcefully rip around, and that's when his head struck?
I didn't forcefully do nothing. I turned around from literally when I said something, and I quickly just moved, and I was trying. He went down.
Did Wayne see this?
He was standing like at the bathroom corner, like by the
Yeah.
closet.
That's what I'm asking.
Yeah.
Did you see?
Like by the bathroom, because after he fell, I said, go sit down. Like I was kind of loud and not trying to be rude. I was like, go sit down. And then that's when I dealt with and then I had to get clothes. I wanted to get him in another diaper because I thought he went to the bathroom like when that happened, but I wasn't worried about it, so I left it because I went in the living room, asked for a diaper. They were doing that. I was like, screw it. I went and got clothes and we went outside.
With mentioning that, what is the most severe punishment that you've ever done to any of your kids?
Most severe punishment?
Yeah.
I've only smacked butt. That was about it. Not bare butt, but pants, and that was because he was choking around.
That was the most severe.
I've never hurt my kids anything like actually like severe. That's not. I mean, that was a stink on the butt for hurting someone else, and we told them to stop.
Is there ever a time where you felt like you were too strict on a punishment?
No, I've never really punished them. I feel bad if I don't know. Like this is the whole time I've had my kids. Like even before they got taken away. No, I've never punished my kids. Even when I got them back, I feel more guilty trying to punish them. Right now, even if Matt did something wrong, I feel bad doing something. Like if telling him to sit down or go to bed or stuff like that. Because if I tell him to go to bed, he cries, and I haven't had my kid for a year, so I go get him. And
Have they ever done anything that caused you to just think about doing something like that?
No,
Never?
no. Worst thing they've ever done is put an Xbox controller inside the bathtub. Well, inside the toilet. Bought me a new one. But I never got, you can ask Rachel, I never got mad over that.
Okay.
Things like that. The only things the kids have ever done is that has upset me, but not any way towards anger. It's just like, why did you do that? Even though you're at that age where you don't know what you're doing.
Mhm.
But one time, I put my Xbox controller inside the toilet, and I was just like, well, that happened. I mean, other than that, they've done their normal thing where they want to grab something on my desk, or they're driving the RC car into a tree and break it. It's cheap. I can fix things. It just costs money. I mean, do I have a lot of money? No, but it's my kids having fun, and I mean, certain things they shouldn't be doing, but if they're happy doing it, hey, whatever.
Now, how about you? When you were young and a kid, what was the most severe punishment that you ever received?
The detective digs into Brian's childhood, searching for patterns. Parents who were hit often hit their own children, and sometimes they go too far.
Not really much. I wasn't really around my parents growing up, so.
Well, from any caregiver.
Oh, nothing really. First thing I think my mom did, my mom took my PlayStation one year, like 2017 or so. I was a teenager, 16, 17.
So that was
maybe longer than that, but.
So you were never abused as a kid or anything like that?
No, my parents never hit me.
You said to me that you were telling, Rachel was telling you to call her sister.
Yeah, she told me to call your sister first.
And you said, no, you needed to call 911.
I asked her why. She just told me to call her, and she didn't give me no explanation. What it came down to is me calling you guys, within her telling me. First she did tell me at once to call 911.
But here's the thing. I mean, when you showed me the Facebook messages and the phone conversations, that's like what? 10, 15 minutes, something like that?
We didn't talk super long. Maybe I mean if that's long.
I'm talking with all the calls there and everything like that.
It was literally her calling me, hey, I'm coming home from work. And
So-
that was after the
so-
fact of us me calling you guys. But I think she might have been on her way home from work right when it happened. I mean, it was a crazy moment. But yeah, the first person she told me to call was her sister. And
But here's the thing. You knew that you shouldn't be calling the sister, but here it is. Instead of calling 911 right away,
I called Rachel.
yeah.
That's my sister.
And you seen her, or you seen Ace down on the ground. His eyelids twitching.
Yeah,
He's
not
unresponsive,
Yeah, not really responsive.
and you're not calling
I
911.
understand where I messed up in that point, but I was scared, and I went to my safe person. My mom used to be, now her was. So I went to her because she always. Whenever the kids have ever, sometimes I ever have.
Because we're talking several minutes
I understand that. Yes.
that had passed, and instead of an ambulance on its way,
I was talking.
it's delayed.
Yeah, I'm sitting there talking to someone else when I could have called the ambulance. That's why I ended up telling her straight up, I'm getting off the phone. And then she's like, well, I'm on my way. And then when they showed up, and the officer took them in the front yard, and I got the blanket and stuff, she had called me, asked me what was going on. I told her I called the cops, and she kind of got mad, and I was just like, the cop took me from where he was by the front door. He took me to the cement on the side or whatever, and he wanted to talk to me. I was still on the phone with her, and she's still blabbering on. You should have called my sister and whatever. And the cop's trying to ask me questions, and he wants to walk through the house. So I'm like, I got to go off the phone, and that's when the last time I talked to her. Other than after you guys did a walkthrough, I think it was before you came in when I did the first walkthrough. It might have been after. I was standing in the living room. She had called me and said she was like a few minutes away. I just said, well, you can see you when you get here, basically. And hung up.
because I'm not talking about that stuff in front of the kid. Well, I tried to, at least of the kids trying to worry about that kind of thing.
See, now,
Even faced with every contradiction, every impossibility in his story, Brian won't break. The truth stays locked behind his lies.
here we are. You spoke with Deputy Bisher. You spoke with Sergeant Robinson. You spoke with me all the day that it happened. And not once did you.
Say that you felt. I understand that. I'm scared for what.
And instead it was lie after lie. And even when we confronted you and informed you that this was not making sense, then all of a sudden you're still saying that
Nothing.
he was out and he was fine, he was out in the living room, and then you went back out there and he wasn't.
Then he wasn't. I put him out in the living room after the fact, so I could get him closed. And then Athena wanted to get him.
And it wasn't fine then.
It wasn't fine then. And that's when I was on the phone with him. I'm trying to figure out what I should do because I'm scared. I've never went through that situation. I shouldn't have handled that situation the way I did.
And that was still all before you called 911.
Yes, I understand that. Nothing else happened. I never forcibly did anything.
Well, and here's the thing is like I informed you, lying to the police is a crime in itself.
I understand that.
And this whole fall, that is not relating to what the injuries are.
Right.
Now,
I understand that.
hold on,
I'm getting other
hold on.
doctors into. I'm going to start getting other doctors into than I did before.
The fracture to his brain or his skull is not just a little hairline fracture. We're talking, it's a fracture, and then there's several branches the doctor described, branches off the main fracture, several branches of fractures that are showing an enormous amount of force applied. And so now is your chance
I never heard
now is your chance to exactly say how that happened. I'm telling you again, if you lie,
I'll leave it at that until I talk to my lawyer then, I guess.
You don't want to answer any more questions?
I guess not. I'm not trying to be rude, but I never heard my like that.
Okay, sit tight.
He knows they don't believe him. He's out of stories, out of excuses, out of time. 2 days after that Friday afternoon, 2 days after the sirens and the helicopter and the frantic rush to save him, the baby died. His brain couldn't recover from the trauma. His tiny body couldn't heal from whatever happened in that house. Brian's charges escalated immediately. No longer just child abuse and lying to investigators. Now it was first-degree murder. April 23rd, 2025. After more than a year of legal proceedings, a jury deliberated and reached their verdict. Guilty. All 5 counts. The accidental fall story, rejected. The blame shifting, seen through completely. 1 month later, a judge pronounced the sentence that would define the rest of Brian Ellswick's life. Life in prison, no possibility of parole. No chance to hold another. No opportunity to fail another innocent life. But no amount of justice can resurrect a 1-year-old boy who should be learning to walk, to talk, to trust the world around him. Instead, he's gone. Another child lost to someone who was supposed to protect him. And somewhere, his siblings are growing up knowing that the person who was supposed to keep them safe became their worst nightmare.